Hey people, Gideon and my good friend Mr. Ben here in Orlando, and where are we specifically?
We are at Lake Eola Park in downtown Orlando, Florida.
And okay, so give you a rundown of the last week since the last vlog is that I have basically spent all week mailing signed books to people in Denmark, the US, Malaysia, where else? Canada, and it's been really fun to personalize that. The people actually want some value from me, so that's been a fun process and fun to feel like people want something of me, and it's actually a long time, the first time in my life where I feel like finally I can, what I feel I have inside can begin to be expressed and be given out, and people actually want it. So that's been fun. So I spent a lot of time with that during this week, and we got some swans here. Can you see them?
Oh. Our friends hanging out for the day.
What else? Yeah, so that's been mostly what I've been working on this week. I met a person here in Ocala who I have connected with on Friday, who I met, signed my book, and gave it to her. A person who is also very interested in pay it forward and just doing good. A person that actually has cancer but is doing really well and is very positive in her outlook of life. So it was really good to meet that kind of a person, and a person that just never quits and is a just positive person, And I think we both really liked meeting each other here on this journey of ours. So it's pretty good. And then this weekend, Saturday was a big day for me and my friend Loida, because we've been studying. Loida is the person I'm staying with in Ocala, and we went down to Venus in Florida to visit the Venus Project. And if you don't know about it, I'll post the link below, but go in and really study this, because it's an amazing project, an amazing idea, and just a huge potential in how we can really live as human beings in a more abundant way than we are doing. So we did that yesterday, and that's when we came through Florida, Orlando, because that's where it was kind of in between Venus and Ocala. So we went up to see Ben here, and I know that I was supposed to be having a special guest on. This is my my special guest. We were actually supposed to be at the Palm Coast today, but because of an emergency, we were not able to make it there. And my friend and special guest, who was gonna be on, had to be at the hospital for a good friend.
So I'll have to do.
Yeah. So Ben has to do, but we've actually been talking about having a video blog together.
Sometime.
So it's all good. And we went out last night with Ben and saw some of his friends. One of them, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
And so where did we meet?
Gideon and I met in Costa Rica on a sort of spiritual retreat. It's been about 3 years now.
So it's 2 years and 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Dan Millman was the author of the the person in charge of the week there.
Sure. The orchestrator of the event. And there was, maybe 60, 75 of us who attended?
I think we were 45.
Mm-hmm. Virtually nobody knew each other. Everybody was from different parts of the world. Gideon from Denmark, different parts of the country. It was a taking the plunge, if you will, for a lot of us. We were sort of just going to this retreat, really not knowing what to expect or who we were going to meet, and I guess in a way, sort of facing that fear, that tendency to want to, stay in the safe zone. And we all ventured out. Gideon, of course, stood out. Being as young as he is and intellectual as he is, it was really fascinating to see. We met, we became very good friends, along with a list of other people. We've stayed in touch ever since.
Yeah. So that's been. So we saw each other in Costa Rica, obviously became friends then, and then we were together in New Orleans 3 months later.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Occasionally, Gideon's journey does bring him through, and that's always a good thing. Always happy when we can cross paths. It's fortunate that he happens to be here in my home city right now. We got to spend some good time together over the last 36 hours.
And we have some adventures ahead too.
We do.
On Thursday, so that would be 4 days from now, we're going to take a road trip to, well, the goal is New Orleans again, to meet up with 3 other people who we met and became friends with in Costa Rica. And but first we're going to be
making a stop in Mobile, Alabama.
So that's new for me. With your cousin, was it?
Yes, yes.
So that's going to be really. I look forward to being in New Orleans again. It's a beautiful city, and the jazz fest that we're going to attend there. Obviously, a lot of music, friends, people, craziness, and just time to enjoy. So,
Indeed.
And then the time or the trip will take us back to Orlando actually. So I'll be in Orlando probably a few days, maybe up to a week. I don't know yet, but something like that.
Sure.
So yeah, that's a bit of a rundown, I guess.
The journey continues.
Yeah.
The journey continues.
Yeah. What else? Do you have anything on your mind? Anything? What brought you to where you are? I mean, in terms of you travel a lot too.
I do.
But you still have a business, which is so you mix it well. It sounds like.
Well, I think I'm at that point in my life when I do. I'm 30-something right now. But when I started my business, I was a little younger than Gideon, and I was very much consumed by the Western, dare I say, the American concept, if you will, of happiness being found in success. I was very driven and very much a sworn believer in that theory. And during that time in my life, you know, I was very consumed and caught up in that. I will say that I did very well. I expanded in my particular field. I was one of the more successful in my region at doing what I was doing. You know, but there was something missing. There was a lot of stress in my life. I would have denied that to your face back then if you had asked me if there was something wrong. No, everything's fine. But there was clearly something internal, something not clicking. And when I went through what I would say my spiritual awakening several years later, it was really then that I realized that that practicing happiness really does take precedent over pursuing happiness. And you know, Gideon's book, it speaks in high regard to the journey of life. I think the first step for anybody, and the first step for me, was in recognizing the existence of the journey. Am I right about that? Because when you're in a position like I was in my early 20s, you're caught up in this rat race. You're living this mundane lifestyle, and the journey is going on under your nose, and you almost don't know it. You know, the stop and smell the roses, if you will, is just not happening. And it's important to recognize the journey first, and then, of course, move into the observant stages, I think.
Yeah, while living.
While living, exactly. Yeah. Not putting the pause button on anything, but that's, you know, that's what I'm doing a lot more of today than I certainly was. You know, I would come here to this park 10, 15 years ago and, you know, walk around and leave and not really realize or appreciate where the heck I was. And now I can observe and appreciate the rippling of the water across the lake. You know, it
looks very pretty through the screen.
It does. It does. And
I can turn around though.
You know, the small things. You know, it's all an act of the universe.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a reminder that there's a lot going on. We're a small, albeit important part of a very large engine, and I think it's important to be conscientious of that at all times. I really do.
It's also a big challenge because I don't think it's possible to really fully comprehend. I mean, you can stay present, you can different. But I think maybe that's what excites me about meeting people, having interviews with people, and getting different perspectives on life. Jack Fresco, who is in charge, that has started the Venus Project that I visited this weekend yesterday, Saturday. He is the wisest person I have met in my life, and I'm not just saying that. I've met a lot of wise people in my life so far. But he is wise to me because he has perspective. He has perspective outside of the conventional side of life, the conventional side of thinking and understanding, because he is open to change, open not to attack anybody, but to really be open to understand, and from the understanding break down the separateness, is the word? Being separate?
The separation.
Separation from each other, and many other things. So I think perspective is something you gain very quickly, and also in a very healthy way when you travel. At least I think we are pretty...
I think, and to elaborate on that,
yeah.
I think that just everybody you meet, everybody who comes into your life is in some way a teacher, even if it's only for a few seconds. Yeah,
totally agree.
The ultimate teacher is in the soul, though. I find. Yeah, but yeah, nobody leaves your life until they have taught you what you need to know.
Yeah,
so
that's one of the best quotes ever. That's why you. When you understand that, that's a big one. Yeah, definitely.
Most definitely.
All right. Well.
You want to discuss?
Yes, I have promised you all to have this draw today, and this is the T-shirt. I mean, there's a T-shirt and my signed book, and a second book that is on my website that I wrote a chapter in, Bouncing Back and Thriving in Changing Times. So three people is going to win it, and
today's the drawing.
The drawing. You're going to be the drawer. But people,
excellent.
Here's the T-shirt. This is the back and the front, and you don't need to get it in red, but you can get it in any color. And we'll announce all the winners here, all the three winners here, and I'll write you an email and go from there. So
3 drawings.
I'll shake it up.
Good,
There's like 226 some names here who is wanting to be a part of my journey more officially, I guess, on my email list. So you might not be able to read it, but
I'll give it a try.
See what happens. Can we see the draw on the screen here? All right. First winner is going to be for... One second.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is going to be for the Bouncing Back and Thriving in Changing Times book. This winner here.
Okay. Appears to be
Paula
Ashberg.
Paula Ashberg, a friend of mine that I met in Mexico last year. Yoga teacher, and a really awesome person. So she's going to be the first winner.
At the Maya Tulum.
Maya Tulum,
yes.
That's right, here.
Okay.
Put it in here. All right, next winner is going to be for, let's say, you pick what this person will win. My signed book with this T-shirt here.
Okay. Okay, this person, I think, will get the signed book.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, who knew? This is my my mother's sister.
Your aunt.
Lene.
Okay.
So that's the second winner. And
last but not least, a T-shirt.
Beautiful T-shirt.
Very well.
With the great
Let's get this good and mixed up
logo. Designed by my great designer Nino. I'm gonna link that to his website this too.
Kristoffer. And how do you pronounce his last name?
Svensson.
Okay.
So this is my another friend from Denmark, who's gonna win this this T-shirt here.
Very nice one. almost a conversation starter, this T-shirt, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you going? Where have you been? Right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. We got our winners. And now it's like 15 minutes, so it's a long blog. But, yeah. Make some more people happy, I guess. And
Gideon, where do you intend to blog from next?
blog from next, that's a good question. We'll see. Maybe New Orleans would be a good place to do that. Yeah, I guess we have to see. Take the surroundings here for a sec. And two brothers in arms.
Yes, we are. Into
All
the
right,
breach.
man. Good seeing you, brother.
Thank you. Good seeing you too. Good speaking with you folks.
All right, man.
Enjoy.
Be well out there and be safe and enjoy your unique journey. See you guys.